Welcome to Monday Momentum on Communicate to Lead. I'm Kele Belton, and if you are a woman in leadership ready to step into your full potential, you are in the right place. Imagine you're in a meeting, things are going well, and then a senior leader turns to you and asks you a direct question, the kind you're expected to know cold, and you don't have the answer. Your heart rate climbs. There's a pause that feels far longer than it actually is, and what comes out of your mouth in the next few seconds will do more to shape how senior you seem in that room than the answer itself ever would have. This is one of the most common fears women bring to my coaching. Not the big presentation, the unscripted moment of being put on the spot when a question you can't answer is raised. I see it in the leadership workshops I facilitate too. The women in the room are sharp, they are prepared, deeply capable, and the things they most want to know isn't how to be more impressive. It's how to hold themselves steady in the moment they get caught without an answer. Here's what you need to know. Not knowing isn't the problem. How you handle not knowing is the part you control. No leader in that room knows everything. We know that. And every person sitting there understands that. What separates the people who seem most senior in the room isn't that they always have the answer. It's that they can say, I don't have that yet, without coming apart, and then take charge of what happens next. They are willing to acknowledge that they don't have the answer, and then they take action. So consider the 3 ways most of us handle a question we can't answer, because each one quietly costs you something. The first is bluffing. You say something that sounds plausible and hope it holds. But if it gets exposed, and it often does, you lose the one thing you can't afford to lose, trust. The second is rambling. You fill the silence with words, circling the question, hoping you land somewhere useful. What that signals isn't knowledge, it's panic. That's the second one. Here's the third one, over-apologizing. We say, I'm so sorry, I should know this, which tells the room that not knowing is a failure you owe them an apology for. And notice all 3 come from the same root, the belief that not having the answer is something to be ashamed of. Once you set that belief aside, a 4th option opens up, a clean acknowledgement paired with a next step, which signals the opposite of all 3. It signals ownership. So here's your strategy. When you are asked something you can't answer or that you don't have the answer to right away, there are 3 things to do. 1, acknowledge clearly. 2, add what you do know. And then finally, 3, commit to the next step. So it could sound something like this. I don't have that exact number in front of me. What I can tell you is that the trend has been climbing since the first quarter. I'll get you the precise figures by the end of today. Look at what happened there. You didn't pretend, you didn't apologize, you stayed helpful, showed what you knew, and took control of the follow-up. And the tone carries as much as the words, said steadily without rushing, without that apologetic upward lift at the end. Those 3 sentences sound like authority standing calmly in a moment of uncertainty. So here's your action step this week. Before your next high-stakes meeting, write out your own version of that response. Something like, I don't have that yet, and here's how I'll get it. Put it in words that sound like you, then say it out loud a few times so it's ready before you need it. Because the moment you put on the spot is definitely not the moment to build the sentence. It's the moment to reach for the one you already have. So grab the AI prompt in the show notes and use that to come up with your own 3 sentences. Because authority has never required knowing everything. It requires knowing how to stand steady in the moment when you don't. And that's a wrap for today. If Monday Momentum is giving you strategies you can use right now, follow the show so you never miss an episode. And if you're ready to stop navigating your leadership growth alone, book a leadership strategy call. The link is in the show notes. Let us talk about where you are, where you want to go, and what it will take to get you there. That's your Monday Momentum. I'll see you on Thursday for a deep dive episode. Trust your voice and lead with confidence.